When I was 14, my family of 5 moved into an apartment in a very old town, known for witch hunting and killing. I'd like to start this by saying my family was happy before this apartment. We were all close and our lives were great before this. My mom refused to come in for a few weeks, staying at her in-laws, saying the place felt creepy. It started small, my mom and brother hearing whispering in the bathroom. Nobody could look in a mirror in that apartment. Even friends who slept over said they couldn't look in the mirror. My friends often went home mid-sleepover because they just couldn't get to sleep. My bedroom I shared with my sister was next to the bathroom. All night you could hear walking around and creaking. My stepdad, who was very Christian and anti-ghost talk, or the idea of ghosts, commented multiple times on an old man walking around. My mom saw a little girl jumping on her bed to Highway to Hell. My mom left the apartment hysterical and refused to be in there alone. My sister convinced her to download some fake ghost hunting app on the phone so they could communicate with the spirits, which seemed like an absolutely stupid idea all around. After that, paranormal things seemed to go rampant and life fell apart. Everybody complained about this constant feeling of being watched and unsafe. Over time, my once happy family started falling into bad habits. Self-harm, alcoholism, drug addiction. Abuse became regular. My sister at 13 years old started drawing 666, and that star in a circle in our wardrobe. I had nightmares every night about dying. I swore in my sleep every night, saying extremely brutal, nasty things I can't even repeat here. My sister has nightmares about me being possessed. My mom commented on a tall black figure that visits her every night. Chairs squeaked and things would fall or be thrown all night long, wanting our attention. Many times we'd get up to multiple kitchen cupboards or the fridge wide open. My stepdad began leaving for months at a time because of the creepy apartment. My final straw was being awoken by the feeling of being watched after my stepdad gave me a cross and a Bible because I was so depressed with no answer as to why. I turned to religion in hopes to find peace. Then that night was 3 knocks from the wardrobe, and I felt extremely cold but sweaty, suicidal. It was strange. I ran out of my bedroom and slept in my mom's room. I had ferrets during this time, and they would stand in the hallway and hiss or pace and whimper as if being tormented. They refused to go past the doorway of the bathroom and were strange about some rooms. At 17, I left the creepy apartment with my one ferret, where he went in all rooms, never hissed again, and was very happy. My other one died, and even the vet couldn't answer for why. Whatever lives in there ruined my family. The depression stayed for me, and I dropped out of school. My sister is an addict. My stepdad left years ago and never came back. My brother went from a happy family guy to a miserable. My mom thinks she talks to spirits and they're all around her. She is cold, mean, and emotionless. She is not the woman I was born to. I'm no longer in contact with any of my family. I no longer swear in my sleep since I left, and I don't have nightmares. So I think I should preface this by saying I was raised by a Mexican mother who is very superstitious and an American dad who is incredibly logical and agnostic. So I've always been this balance of logical yet open-minded. Growing up, my mom always told me, "Do not play with the Ouija boards. They invite demons and bad spirits into your life." She did everything she could to warn me about demons. Her being a practitioner of Santeria and my abuelita being a curandera. I was warned about bad things my whole life but never felt the same certainty of the existence. Anyways, this was about 12 years ago when I was 16. I was hanging out with 3 other friends who we will call BJ and I. My friend I just got a brand new car off the lot, maybe 20 miles on that baby. Literally came off the lot to show it to all of us. I'm not quite sure how we started about ghosts, but Jay says, "I have a Ouija board, let's use it." So we get her board and start trying to use it right in the road, under the street lamp of a suburban housing division of Oklahoma City. Of course, nothing happens. So we chalk it up to bullshit and decide, hey, let's take this car for a drive around the back roads on the outskirts of the city. And we do just that. I'm in the front seat, just focusing on the road while B and J are talking about something stupid. Now, we're driving along these back roads in a remote wooded area. The back roads are still paved. We had not been on any gravel roads. His high beams on, I'm just looking at the road, right in front of me. All of a sudden we hear a loud pop, and then the car starts making weird noises. We pull over almost immediately. He gets his little key flashlight out, and on the passenger side the tire was flat. But the more we inspect, we see the cause was something that looked like 3 claw slashes right on the side. Now me and my friend I are discussing the road and how we didn't see a single thing in the road that could have caused it. When I say the road was bare, I mean there wasn't a damn thing on the road at all. Not even a branch that could have caused something like that. Plus it was an equinox, so we were pretty high up enough to be able to notice those things. He's pissed he has to change his tire, especially because it's his brand new car. As he's about to open the trunk, we hear another pop, and I screaming at the same time. I run around to his side and ask him what just happened. He pulls up his pant leg, and there's large scratches going from his ankle calf area, and the driver rear tire has the exact same scratch marks as the front passenger tire. The claw marks on his skin are pretty deep and drew blood. We're all terrified at this point. Like B immediately ran into the car and closed the door. We all follow suit and he locks the doors. Discussing amongst us if we just experienced, the logical brain says, it's a feral animal. And the emotional brain says, a demon did this. Anyways, we call Steve and he gets his brand new car towed. I immediately told my mom what happened when I got home because I knew if it was something bad, she'd help me fix it. Took me to her mother's. I get cleansed and do a couple of Roman Catholic prayers. But after that night, I dealt with nightmare and sleep paralysis for years. I wonder what it was.